Yes, top of the morning, you know the vibes. You're rocking out with your truly Showtime Sizzle. I'm the sauce. It is hump day. I got a couple of topics I want to touch on. I didn't come on last night for, obvious reasons. Yeah, for shout out to all the fathers out there, fathers and girls and daughters. Go take your babies to the Barbie movies. To the Barbie movie. You know what I'm saying? It's great fun, children. Um, movies alright. It's alright. If you got girly girls that, doll baby girls, you are an active father in their life and you purchase these type of things for your children, whether it was Christmas and birthdays or just other any type of engagements, highly recommend to go check out the movie. You know, but yeah, that's probably why I didn't come on last night. I was in Barbie daddy movie mode, so I didn't come on and break down the grand arrivals and the cool boy breakdown. And I want to talk about the pivot Terrence Crawford interview that dropped yesterday, fire interview as well. But let's start off with cool boy Steph. Um, went over to Japan and got steamrolled, right? And a lot of times on the social media, right, you have content creators, right, that love to program their listeners and make you think that certain you know networks or promotional companies have the best fighters, that there's levels between the fighters, right? And I'm gonna use Earl Spence right now because Earl Spence is on record stating that Top Rank has the best matchmakers, right? Top with Monster Nui and Stephen Fulton, who is a decorated, unified champion. Monster Nui, undisputed at a smaller weight division, went up to challenge Stephen Fulton. It wasn't even a challenge, to be honest with you. Monster came out and pretty much blitzed him. The hand speed, the changing of the angles, it was too much. It was like um, Stephen Fulton wasn't ready. And a lot of times, right, in preparing certain fighters, you're not going to get ready because shout out to the brother before Scooter. Probably got great work, sparring and work leading up to the fight. He is out of the fighting city of Philadelphia. But it's just like certain things in sparring and work you're not going to get. There's no way he was bringing in guys to match that hand speed unless he was sparring with like a Gary Russell, or you gotta get that hand speed, and it showed like that hand speed. Yesterday was just a little too much for him, too much for him. But nonetheless, he's still a champion, regardless of the outcome. It can never erase what he was. But I just want to highlight that that was Top Rank versus PBC. And when you get in these groups and you try to certain things about that, they don't want to hear it because they're so programmed thinking that the best fighters fight with the PBC, that these other platforms or promotional companies don't have good fighters. That's not the case. And if you do your research, and top ranked fighters, Bob Arum fighters, pretty much dominate Al Hammond fighters, man. So when I hear guys like Earl Spence talk about the matchmaking, that Top Rank has the best matchmaking. No, PBC has the best matchmaking because a lot of your PBC fighters, and I quote Bernie the Boxer, they are fluff. You know, these guys be undefeated killers, undefeated, up and crunched out. So who really has the best matchmakers? The fluff side. Hopefully y'all caught that sauce. But like I said, Stephen Fulton, nothing to be embarrassed about. You got your biggest payday to date, $4 million. Um, I do think the inactivity killed you as well. Because watching the fight, I watched the fight a couple more times last night. You did look flat. Um, I know a lot of people, you know, they want to run with the hand. Yeah, listen, man. The hand wraps, I think the hand wraps wasn't double stacked. But if you want to know anything about that, watch. I think it's Fight Hype interviewed Stitch Durant. Stitch Durant was out there working too. I think he was working for Robesi Ramirez. Shout out to Robesi, his coach. You see, I reposted. My guy Larry Ray reposted my congratulations. I threw that up, you know. But if you watch the Stitch Durant interview, um, he broke down double stacking. I know I was on record as a stating that maybe the monster was doing what, you know, the guy that beat the shit out of Miguel Cotto, man. Margarito was doing, basically creating a cast. But all he was double stacking, according to Stitch Durant, you watch the Fight Hype interview, it's not illegal. As long as they're, you know, the gauze and all that, you give it that 1 inch off of the knuckles. See, I didn't know that. When you listen to the people that do it, the experts, the legends, you can learn a thing or two. So I don't think the hand wraps had nothing to do with that because hand wrapping, right? Because so, but you know what did do a problem to Stephen Fulton? The hand speed. The hand speed was just, it was just, man, mesmerizing. And that has nothing to do with hand wraps. I know I was hearing guys say that he's juicing. Um, they gotta prove that, man. Like, don't put accusations out on a fighter because you know you're cool with the donaires or they come on your platform and these are the things that they're saying, right? The man hasn't been caught. You know, did he has he ever tested positive for a banned substance? So don't put that out there until it's proven because it's kind of like a smear campaign. You know what I'm saying? It's like a smear campaign. What I watched was a dangerous fighter, a quick fighter, sharp fighter, high IQ, changing levels, you know, angles, hand speed, right? Dude is the goods, man. You know what I'm saying? And as fans and bloggers and critiquers of this, like we got to give people their flowers, man. Don't come on here and get in a clique or a group and just run with a narrative. Like the PBC got good fighters, but they're not the best fighters. They're good fighters on Matchroom. They're good fighters on Top Rank. They're good fighters on PBC. Just because you particular favorite network doesn't mean that's the best network. And just like I said, if you think the PBC fighters are the best, why do they always Al Heyman fighters majority of the times get washed, wiped down by Bob Arum fighters? If that's the case, it should be the other way around, but it's not. But let's move on. Let's go to the Grand Arrival. Um, I just think the Grand Arrival. I had to watch Canelo's Grand Arrival, right? Because I wanted to put it in perspective. Because I'm like, why do they always do this for this guy Canelo? And then I watched the Crawford Spence Grand Arrival, and something stuck out to me. I see why the card is so heavily Spanish friendly, Latino friendly, the undercard, because they are trying to draw off of the Latino consumers. The biggest perception in the game is that black fighters do not sell. You have two black fighters that are the headliners, right? But the undercard is majority Latino fighters. So I think they are, trying to tap into the Latino consumer market on this pay per view. And that was evident yesterday with the grand arrivals. Rather long. It was long. Like it started at 6. I don't think Earl Spence didn't get there to about 7:30 ish. That's long, right? But other than that, shout out to Carlos, first one in the building. He said, them Earl sucks were really lying to us and themselves about how Earl looked yesterday throughout this week. We 3 days away from the undisputed, and the talking stops. You tell off. Yeah, he did, man. He's crushed. He crushed Stephen Fall. Um, yeah, Earl Spence got there late. Um, let me say because I want to say this because they always talk about how I talk bad about Earl Spence, right? Something that Earl Spence did and he's been doing throughout this promotion is good. He had his son with him, letting his son share in the moment. When his son is much older, 15, 16, even as a man, he would always be able to reflect on that. One of his dad's biggest moments, he was there with him. Um, the other than that, I gotta say, I see now why Canelo is who he is, right? When watching this, what's in it? And the PBC, they do a good job of trying to present this, right? But it's like it's not generic. It's not authentic. They do the paparazzi thing all the time, right? And when you know it's fake and it's not surreal, this doesn't have that same authenticity, right? Now, when the fighters are getting there, right, what the PBC likes to do is they like to have the media that they give the credentials to give you that paparazzi feel like you're waiting around, like they're sitting there in the front, waiting for them to get out their vehicles, their whatever their if it's a sprinter or sometimes they have the Tahoes, the Cadillacs, whatever it is. So they have the media um sitting there, waiting there. So it gives you that appearance like the fans are mobbing them when they coming in. So when I watched that, right, real talk, I watched that. I'm like, man, he's really running with this. So it made me pull up to put Canelo Alvarez grand rivals, and I'm like, yeah, Canelo's the reason why he's on another level. They got the band playing. It's like he brings the whole Mexico out. I didn't see this yesterday. What I seen was a stage. I did see some fans out there, right? It's early in the week. It's Tuesday. And then I did see the smoke and mirrors move by the premier boxing champions and Swanson Promotions, PR and all that with the media in the front when the guys get out of their cars, the teams get out of their cars. I seen that. And I said to myself, here's the fluff. Here is the fluff again, right? Because then when they follow the fighters in, see, this is where they mess up at. Because now you give us that in person, that 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 presentation, like they're getting mobbed to get into the venue. But then when they go into the venue, into the grand arrival, it's not as grand as it was for Canelo. It's not as grand. See, a lot of times when you try to overhype something, and then somebody like myself comes on here and I break it down, especially from being on both sides of the fence, it's like, yo, you're dropping the ball. Now the Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, I think they should have won with that same ploy this time around from a marketing standpoint. They should have brought on the TikTokers, the what would they call them? The social media influencers. Because you see the difference. I also watched the Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Randall Rivals. But I'm gonna tell you, it's still early in the week. I know that Wayne is gonna be flooded because it's outdoors. It's Friday. A lot of people will definitely be in town. But right now, they are a little behind the Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia leading into this big event Saturday. Not saying they can't catch it, but right now they are a little behind, you know, and it's showing. The Grand Arrival really showed that. But I think Terrence looked at phenomenal. You're starting to see the cheekbones and all that. That means he's there. Um, Earl, I don't know, man. I just don't know, man. He's playing catch up, and I'm a realist, bro. I'm a realist. I think the reason why he was so late getting there, they probably had him in the tub. He had the tub look a little bit to him. Like they're really trying to get him down to the weight, man. Yeah, they're really trying to get him down to the weight, man. Like he that really that big? Like I know he did the Dallas Cowboys interview and he stated that he was what did he say? I'm a super middleweight. Was he really that big? Cause like the whole lead up and you listen to these fans, this wasn't a fat camp for him. You know, this was not a fat camp. This wasn't, but it's coming off as a fat camp because I got reports yesterday that he was out there again running in the mountains on Tuesday. So it's like, yo, you like what were you doing, bro? You're still running. You're still running the mountains? Like, bro, it's fight week. It's fight week, man. That's crazy, man. Will that play a pivotal role in this fight? I think so. I think so, man. I think so, man. Is he gonna be the stepper, the pressure cooker? What do you guys say? He's the pressure cooker. Sean Porter said that yesterday. Sean Porter said his momentum. Sean Porter was throwing shots a little bit, man. I caught all that sauce. Sean Porter really kind of threw him under the bus. Like, nah, he doesn't get strong as the fight goes along. He just builds up momentum. Porter let it be known that he doesn't get stronger. Remember, that's one of the big narratives that Earl Spence gets stronger as the fight goes along. Sean Porter threw that out the window quick. He said, "Nah, he doesn't get strong. He just builds up momentum. He just builds up momentum." Hopefully, y'all caught that sauce, man. But my final topic that I want to touch, right? Yo, that pivot interview, right? And I want to say this, right? I was hearing my man WCS talking about this, right? I was comparing the the common interviews, right? The $1 million worth of game, um, the pivot interviews. You know, the interviews that they did, that the fighters did with uh, the common, platforms. I just felt that Terrence's interviews, whether it was the interviewees, right, the pivot or $1 million worth of game, when they interviewed Terrence, the interviews were more informative, more like catered towards like getting to know you, boxing stuff. Like Earl's $1 million worth of game interview was man, how do I say this without being disrespectful? I'm gonna say it was more like fanboyish. Like he like, just wanting to be wanting to be like you know, fanboy groupie-ish. Whereas Terrence, it was like, you know, it was it was different. It was it was different, right? What's up, bro? How you up, right?
Sometimes that works. I'm with you.
It was different.
Some people don't not.
But the pivot interview with Earl, same thing. They was like more trying to be like fan, friendly, homeboyish. But Terrence, man, they was breaking it down like his background. Um, it was a good interview, man. A lot of stuff that they said I already knew, but I think a lot of other people didn't know. And I think it like kind of highlighted Terrence. So people, and that's why I don't understand how like leading up into this fight being made and trying to get signed and over the hump when a lot of these people were putting out content and got a list for me. Okay.
We did a couple of them
Yeah.
in this area.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, Caledonia section. All right. Caledonia section. All right. I got you.
Yeah.
And I'll text you. I'll text you. Or you want me to just the streets that I.
Yeah. Text me the streets that you don't do.
Okay.
I can write down the ones you know what I'm saying?
All right. Bet.
You probably leave out 2 or 3.
All right.
The ones you did already yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
All right. I got
yeah,
you.
later on, you know.
Yep.
Thank you, bro.
No problem, guy. Okay. All right. Yep. Yeah. Back to what I was saying. Like that's the reason why when the whole negotiation shit was going on, and you had all these channels, right? And they was trying to kill my man Bud, right? Talking about him, his character, just everything. And the pivot interview kind of put all that in perspective, man. Like, and this is no shot at EJ and his team, but Terrence Crawford and his team, especially Terrence Crawford, is more official, stand up official. Like the one thing about when you was listening to how they was talking about Bud growing up and the things he was doing and the people he was around, right? Yeah, I'm gonna get out of your way right now. Who you working for?
Coleman, I thought I was with you.
Yeah, nah, I'm with Gaffney.
Yo, you ain't watching that this Saturday?
Yeah, nah. The Crawford Spence fight is on Saturday
Oh,
too.
that's the Saturday too?
Yeah. I'm gonna watch them both though. Let me get out your way, man.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
All right. Yeah, my boy's a big UFC fan. He's a big UFC fan. He's talking about the UFC fight. Damn, see? Look, people ain't really in tune with Spence Crawford. You heard what he said. Damn, that's the Saturday? He ain't even know, man. But yeah, when you hear Crawford's backstory, it's like, come on, man. How you gonna front on a dude like that, man? You know? They don't like to talk about Spencer's backstory because Spence don't have a backstory like that. Spencer's backstory that they built him up on was that he was like a good dude, an Olympian, and then he went left. He waited till he was a grown man to go left and want to do all kind of other shit. That's why they don't like to talk about that, but they need to, but they don't. You know why? Because it kills the narrative on the character. That's what he is, a character, straight up and down, on a character that they try to depict him to be. It is what it is. This is the Source Experience. Smash that like button. We just getting everything situated in here. I'm gonna get out my man's way. I got a good day today, y'all. I wish I would have had this day yesterday. I'm pretty much in the area that I already did, so the roads ain't gonna be that bad over there. Yesterday they had me running. Yeah, I was in like 4 different areas. You know what I'm saying? The morning I was over here in Northport. Then I had to shoot over to Dix Hills. Then I was back on the north side. Today I pretty much got a map. But yeah, the pivot interview was dope, man. Listening to Bud. And I like, what I like what Bud said in that pivot interview. They asked him about what he was doing this for, as far as like he's putting on for the Jihad Tuckers and the Keyshawn Davises and the guys coming up after him, right? For the business side. People ain't talking about that. He don't want the fighters to go through the things that he went through. And that's smart. That's important, right? Because when us as content creators don't highlight things like that, or we overlook it, it's not cool. But when we do highlight it, that's what we need to highlight. How he says, he don't want the fighters to go through the things that he went through. So when he answers these questions, to see the books, to have transparency. I'm not even gonna speak on that. I'm gonna just stay casual. Just be the casual fan. I love to hear that terminology as well. Go ahead and give me some ice, man. He said Bud had on the hoodie. He was about to rob somebody. He had the nappy bed. Yeah, that's Bud, man. If you know, you know. 86 stick up can. Yo, give me the loot. He already got the robbery, man. They making 8 figures, man. They won already, man. They won already. Shout out to Bud for staying on his square. It's like he said in that pivot interview, right? Like a lot of you bozos, man. I say this respectfully, right? You always want to tell somebody what they worth. Shut up and take this. Shut up and take this. That's why a lot of y'all, man. I say this respectful. I could tell you guys ain't really moving and grooving, man, and nothing in life, at a job, with a business, anything. Because you guys are get along. You guys are get on. You ain't shaking nothing up. You ain't out here questioning nothing. You ain't out here saying, nah, that's not right. I deserve more. Nah, you're not doing that. You're not doing that, man. But hey, what do I know, right? I'm gonna go ahead and get some ice, man. I got a homemade tea I made, right? With some sea moss, right? So I'm gonna go put it in ice. Because I do the drinks, man. I just want to get out my man Al's way. Let me get out of Al's way. I got a good day today, man. Too bad this ain't Friday, man. If this was Friday, I'd have been lamping. I'd have gave y'all a lot of content, man. Man? I'd have gave y'all a lot of content. Go ahead and hit the ice machine. Y'all be coming in here doing me. I really be doing me now, man. I know my man Al is happy. He getting a little out of title money today. I'm about to say that they fixed the ice machine. They got it fixed.
Yeah.
What up, Raul?
What up,
What up, man?
Doing good. How you doing?
Good kid. Yesterday, I don't know what happened, right? Yeah, the ice machine, I came in, I got the last little bit of ice yesterday. That shit normally it just keeps it flowing. Yesterday, for whatever reason, that shit was shut down. I'm like, yo, why this shit ain't full? It wasn't regurgitating. Now, let me get my charger. Now, you know what's crazy, right? I'll share the sauce with y'all. Yeah, you know what's crazy? I'm gonna put my camera on. Hold on. I'm an older, I'm an older statements here, right? I see some of my comrades, right? I've been here, I've been here since my 20s, right? My mid, early 20s, right? I remember a lot of the older guys now, I see their kids. They putting their kids on, they getting their kids in position. I remember their kids when they were kids, like babies. Now they young adolescents, man. You know, they getting their sons jobs, man. And the funny thing is, right, I look at some of their kids, right? I be looking at some of their kids. Yeah, they look just like their fathers. They walk like them. Yeah, you see they fathers are older now, but you see their young sons in there. I think that's kind of dope, though, man. You know, real talk. I think that's dope, man. That you know they giving their sons careers, man. They giving their kids careers. Oh yeah, this shit is banging. I can taste the sea moss. All right, you too. I gotta go back to the lid. You know what else is dope today? Good day today, man. I don't have a fall hike because I'm right by the yard, man. So that's super dope. Aspect. Nobody likes driving. You know, getting a heavy load on here, and then having a hike, a crazy long distance back. That sucks, man. Good talk. So I'll be making some banging on on remedies.
Kill two birds with one stone, man. I appreciate y'all vibing with me this morning. It's Mr. Kill two birds with one stone. Mr. Kill two birds with one stone, you heard? Mr. Kill two birds with one stone. That's what I'm doing right now. I know y'all like, yeah, you're procrastinating, shot. I was just in that area, man. I ain't procrastinating. I'm gonna get over there. Ain't gonna have nothing to do. Y'all, I'm a mixologist, man. You hear me mixing my blend up right now? I wish I had my little ninja. My little ninja. I don't. I gotta just keep transferring it from cup to cup. Man, let's see now. All right, one more time. I still taste a lot of moss, man. That shit is so heavy, moss. You need that ice to melt in there, man. Water it down a little. Stretch it. That's what you call stretching it. Stretching the moss. All right. We good to go. Good to go. Good to go. Good to go. But yeah, man. That's why I could never go against Terrence, bro. As a man, like, knowing his story. Nah, man, it's like, come on, man. I was like, nah, man, I'm not talking bad about this dude. Especially when I'm that dude they talk bad about, you know? Like, I look like talking bad about a nigga that I know is honorable and righteous. Like, you know, that's what to each his own, bro. To each his own, man. I'm not gonna sit here and lie on a nigga or talk down on a nigga to try to make another nigga that I know is not, and I say this respectfully, not official, bro. Word, like, not official. Don't work that way, bro. It don't work that way. But damn, yo, getting back to this, right? You see, my boys ordered the UFC fight, so it's that's gonna affect they pay-per-view. And yeah, I'm glad that came off right on my live. That was authentic. He came up to me. He's a UFC guy. You heard what he said, and I seen people talking about this. But you know, people always thinking, "Oh no, it ain't. No, it ain't." My man said, "Yo, you ordering this?" He showed me the UFC, and you heard what I said. I said, "Spence Crawford is Saturday." He said, "Oh yeah, that's right. That is too." So you already see right there. It's a divide. Man, that shit is good, man. I'm gonna let the ice melt a little bit, man. Y'all let me know, man. If Spence and them is out there on the hills, man, on Wednesday, man. Yo, it's Wednesday, bro. Yo, listen, for those of y'all that stayed in the MGM Grand, that's out there in Vegas, you'll see him sneaking out, depending on how you rocking and rolling. You'll see him sneaking out, going to run the hills in the AMs. You heard? WCS top of the morning. But yeah, that pivot interview with Terrence Crawford, man. Fire interview. Better than the Earl Spence one by far. You know. And I appreciate you, Terrence. You're coming from Team Tucker. We appreciate you. Because you out there fighting for us. You know, fighting for Morley. Fighting for Jihad. You know, the future young fighters. So when we argue these points, and we saying, yo, nah, we deserve this. We want this. We have you to stand on. And I say that respectfully because you kicking in the doors, Terrence. We have you to stand on. We have you to say, man, remember when Bud Crawford was able to go back to the table and say, nah, I need that. I want this. I'm worth that. We have that to stand on. So salute to you, brother. You know, a lot of these fans and these sheep, these followers would never understand that, man. They would never understand that. They like the brothers that get in my comments and then get mad when I flush them out, right? When I get in my bag and I say show me your work and I produce receipts of my work, then they wanna go underneath another ghost account and say, oh, you're lame. You letting people that are nobody, something, whatever, man. Now I'm a lame. No. This is my platform. I can produce whatever work I want to produce on it. And if I add whoever I want to add, it's to throw it in your face. It's called being petty. The same way you guys are petty in my comments and talking about my views and likes and all that. So what I do is I show you views and likes. You know, if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. If you can't take a shot, don't throw a shot. See, when y'all be on here throwing shots at me about my looks, about all other stuff that has nothing to do with boxing, man, because I critique or give my opinion on your boxer, but then you want to get personal. But see, one thing about me, that personal shit does not bother me, man. That's why I throw it back in your face and say Beetlejuice boxing. Because have you seen my wife? Have you seen my kids? Have you seen some of my, I'm married now, but before I was married, I call them my mistresses. I never had an ugly woman a day in my life. A day in my life. So when you guys sit up here and call me ugly, I can't register that, brother. Because I never had an ugly woman. All the women have for niggas lust for. Niggas like y'all that be in my comments go behind my back and be like, yo, I seen Sean talking to such and such and try to get with him. So I don't know that, brother. But let me digress, get back to the boxing. Shout out to my people. They sent me a picture. It looked like Spence had on some orthopedic shoes. Maybe his feet is hurting. You know, maybe his feet are hurting, brother. You know, he does kind of walk kind of gimpy. He was running up that hill kind of gimpy. So maybe those are special orthopedic Air Force Ones that he's rocking. Shout out to Catman and WCS. So maybe those are orthopedic. You know, there could be some orthopedic Air Force Ones. Because did y'all notice how he came in the spot? He was like, he was gimpy. He's walking like the Gimp. You know, maybe I'm telling you, you know what it is, man. He out there running the mountains, man. And yo, he probably got blisters and shit on his feet, man. He's still trying to get that weight off, man. His feet probably hurt. But hey, what do I know, right? What do I know? I know we are 3 days out, 2 days from the scale. I wish I had a time machine so I could tell you if this brother's gonna make the weight or not, man. But if I had to guess, right, they are doing everything and anything possible for him to make the weight. He's gonna make the weight. But I think come Saturday night, man, what he's putting himself through right now, I think it's gonna be everything that he described, right, is going to be the opposite. And I say that respectfully because I listened to him yesterday, right? It went from being a one-sided ass whooping to blood and guts and all this other shit, right? Hopefully it ain't your blood and guts out there, brother. You know, I want to see the one-sided ass whooping. I want to see you break Terrence. I want to see the man that's looking broken was you, brother. But I want to see you break Terrence. I want to see you turn him into Toby. I seen one of your flunkies in the comment section on the chat. You know, they was calling my guy Kunta. So that's what I want to see, man. I want to see you turn Kunta into Toby. Break his will. Break his will, brother. But don't break your own. Try to make weight. Because that's what it's looking like. And don't come over here talking about his hate, because I'm just reporting the news. And I'm just shy news watching what I'm watching. You're still on the mountain, man. You're still out there running. When Terrence is looking like he's doing shakedown, he's shaking off. He's working on technique. They're going over the game plan. You know, they're going to capitalize on your mistakes. You know, when you do like you did in the glove routine with Derek, and you put that lazy jab out there, and you don't bring your hand back quick enough. They're going to capitalize on things like that. You know, that's what they're going to capitalize on. And quick side note to the brothers that asked me, was I going to attend? No, I am not Paparazzi Media. I am Team Tucker Media marketing agent. I don't like to do the Paparazzi Media thing, so no, I will not be attending the fights. I will purchase the fight. I will be going to a fight party. I was thinking about throwing a fight party, you know, to generate some revenue. But I don't want one at my home, you know, because I wanted to make a lot of money. You know, you can make a lot of money right now throwing a fight party. But I don't, when you throw a fight party, you want it open to everybody, right? Everybody is not welcome into my home. And I could not get a hall. I could not get a lounge area. So I'm not going to do a fight party. But I did want to do a fight party because you can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money, man. A lot of people are going to make money. Not a YouTube fight party, an actual real fight party. I know a lot of y'all going to do the YouTube fight party thing. Nah, make some real money, man. Make some real money. Because you content creators, they're not making no real money, man. They're not, man. It shows, man. You guys get upset. You get mad. You get mad at the smaller channels. We kick your ass. So that's what we doing. We kicking your ass right now, man. We is kicking your ass because not only do we come on here and we deliver better content, we also have receipts. You know what receipts is? Frontline work, frontline frames, frontline growth, right? Frontline growth, man. What you guys do not have yet. And you guys may never have. And I say that respectfully because you took the deal. You took the YouTube deal, you know? And I am so glad that I didn't take that deal. I'm glad, man, because had I took that deal, I may have never made it to the corral. I may have never became the Team Tucker Media marketing agent. You know, I may have had linked up with guys like Larry Wade and Robesi Ramirez and other teams, you know, because I would have took the YouTube deal. It would have been all about the narrative. It would have been all about staying face with the YouTube community, you know, having to cater to my audience. And then I would have been running around like Paparazzi Media, right? I would have been sitting out front of the venue for 4 and 5 seconds worth of footage, right? 4 and 5 seconds worth of footage. Meanwhile, me and my guy and your man, meanwhile, me and my man just chilling in locker rooms, you know, talking to the athletic commissions and getting fire frames published and chilling in the locker rooms and getting greeted by world champions. Shout out to my man Jamel Henry, you know, and just you know, chopping up with fighters and coaches and managers and promoters, man, you know. But had I took that YouTube deal, I don't think I would have been getting that, man. I don't think I would have been, you know, rubbing elbows with those type of guys. You know, I'd have been on here trying to get super chats and, you know, do paparazzi shit. Hopefully y'all are catching the sauce. But yeah, back to Monster Nui now as I digress. Yo, dude is the real deal, man. Give him some respect, man. I know now you guys want to see him fight much bigger men. For what, man? Like, yo, let the man conquer this division now, man. He's a 4-division champion. You know? The man's hair speed is this. That's what sets him apart. and his IQ. He's a smart fighter, man. Because, like I said, Stevie Fulton is no slouch, but he made Stevie Fulton look like a club fighter, respectfully. He made a unified champion. Stephen Fulton is a unified champion that I have been following since the amateurs. Like I said, he is no slouch. Whenever you can make a fighter of like Stephen Fulton's caliber look like a club fighter, right? That says something about you as a fighter. That fight, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm not comparing the two, but that, you know what that fight came off as? Remember back in the day when Floyd Mayweather said, Arturo Gotti, he said, yo, you are a C-class fighter, and I am a A-class fighter. That's what that came off at. And my man Stephen Fulton is no C-class fighter. But if Monster knew he didn't make him look like one. That's why when I did the little short, and I said that because I see all these pro PBC channel guys, right? That love to talk about the PBC is, you know, where the best fighters fight, man. I was like, damn, what happened? What happened, man? This man is a unified champion. What happened? Why did he let that man do that to him, man? Why did he let that man do that to him, man? Coming up in weight, man. Coming up in weight, man. Yeah, I watched the content creator that is normally loud and rambunctious. Yeah, he did his loud. It was like he was whispering. He did a video, he was whispering. I'm like, nigga, speak up. Why are you whispering, nigga? Speak up. You always screaming, speak up. Because he don't know shit about boxing. You know, y'all talking about everybody else not knowing shit about boxing, right? Some of your favorite content creators don't know a goddamn thing about boxing. Because they never even been to a boxing gym. You know? A lot of these content creators be on here talking about signed contracts that are offers. Sign what? What are you talking about, idiot? Sign a contract. Remember that shit, the sign the contract campaign? Hey, that's an offer sheet. You know what an offer sheet is? You know what an offer sheet is? You don't even have to be on no boxing level. Do you know what an offer sheet is? Man? See, a lot of these roads that I'm on right now, these are one pass. Just hit the gutters. We literally was just over here, man. They looking out for me, man. They are looking out for me. I don't even gotta come back up this block, man. When I see the map that he gave me this morning, I was like, and you heard what he said. He said, yeah, a lot of those roads are already done. You did them already. I know. I seen the map. I was like, damn. I was like, damn. That's gonna be one of those days for me, man. So I might stay on. Or you know what I might do? I got my AirPods. I might do a lot of trolling today. If I see some guys going live that I don't like, you know, I might pop up in their comments today, man. Yeah, I might pop up in their comments. Heavy duty. Especially if I know they Earl Spence radical fans. Because no, they ain't even speaking on their man. Their man is out here looking crazy. He out here looking crazy. He out here with the grandpa orthopedic Nike Air Forces on. Like, come on, man. If my man had on the grandpa orthopedic special soles Air Force Ones on, man. And I'm not gonna put my man on blast. That sent me that, man. That was a great pickup, man. That was a great pickup, man. See, there's some real media guys out here doing their job, man. They picked that gem up, man. My man got on the orthopedic. He got on the Wayne hat. Yeah, y'all know Wayne hat. Remember that cartoon? And Wayne hat was talking about the sneakers he used to rock with the extra thick soles. Those are the joints your man had on. That means his feet is bad, man. What's up with his feet, man? Where are these Earl Spence insiders at, man? They not on deck, man. You know why? Because listen, they don't, in all actuality, a lot of these Earl Spence radical channels, they don't have no sources. You know who their sources is? Their sources is Jordan, right? And Jordan is faking in the $2 bill, man. Respectfully, I say that, man. Jordan he's not he comes off, he wants to come off as a righteous, honorable brother, but he's faking in the $2 bill, man. That's why when he always talks his shit in the camera, whether it's on Ellie or whoever's, what's her name, and he gets to talking this shit, he always got to put his head down. He can't even look in the camera. Like, who does that? Who kicks some real shit, quote unquote, real shit, can't look in the camera? A nigga that's telling you something they don't even believe. A nigga that's telling you something that they don't even believe, man. T-Dog in the building, my brother T, original Source Talk member. T got more boxing knowledge than a lot of you dudes, man. You know why? Because T grew up in a boxing family. So you gotta be basing people's boxing knowledge off of who they cool with. No, I base it off of what they know, how they grow, and the things that they've been through. See, a lot of you niggas on YouTube only been through YouTube. You don't know no boxing. You don't even know how to lace up a pair of gloves. If a fighter came to y'all in the gym and said, yo, can you lace me up? Then you couldn't even lace him up. You wouldn't even know how to tie his gloves up. Yeah. Yo, real talk. Yo, dudes be on here, they be experts of fighting and fighting style. Yo, a young amateur fighter can come up to you like, yo, can you tie me up? Then you wouldn't even know how to tie his gloves up, man. Yo, you wouldn't even know how to tie his gloves up, man. Yeah, let me stop fucking with y'all, man. But listen, I'm willing to accept my role now as one of the most hated bloggers. You know what I'm saying? Because like I told y'all from day one with this blogging shit, right? Regardless if people mess with my channel or not, I was going to grow in the sport of boxing. I was going to grow. I told y'all that, man. This is the same way I told executives this when I was out here running around with my phone as media, and I told them this, man. And now some of these same executives, these are my work colleagues now. You know, these are my work colleagues. But I remember telling them that. So why wouldn't I tell it to some old internet nobodies? Like, yo, man, you guys are internet nobodies to me, man. And I told y'all this too. Regardless if y'all rocking with me or not, I was going to get to where I had to go. You know? But Saturday, listen, the jig is up, man. The jig is up, man. And the realization is Saturday in. That's why your man said it's going to be blood and guts, man. It might be his blood and guts and brains. He said brains too, man. I think he said brains, man. I don't want to see his brains out there, man. I mean, I don't want to see the. Yo, listen, man. I do not want to see the brother's brains out there, man. Because a mind is a terrible thing to waste, man. I wouldn't mind seeing a little blood, though, man. I'm a warrior, man. I come from a warrior tribe, so if I see a little blood, that ain't nothing, man. It comes with the game, man. But I don't want to see nobody's brains out there, man. I ain't big on the brains, man. Come on, man. Go. Stupid. I don't want to see no brains, man. But I think like, yo, shout out to Bernie. Like Bernie said, I think Bug gonna beat the stuffing out that turkey. You know, he gonna beat the stuffing out that turkey. You know, it's long overdue, man. You know, then Spence could go up to 154. Yeah, did y'all catch that, right? I bet y'all see, ain't none of y'all talking on that. And I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna touch on it right now, but I'm gonna do an in-depth video on this later on, right? There's a reason why Charles not around, bro. Spence said yesterday he plans on going to 154 and collecting straps. Strap season. Who has all the straps at 154, man? Who has all the straps at 154 for those of y'all that's in here? Who has all the straps at 154? So in order for it to be strap season at 154, there's only one person you got to fight. And who is that? Who is that? Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo. So there's a reason why Jermell Charlo is over there with Juan Guzman and he ain't around. Because he sees what's coming too. You don't want to be around a nigga you're going to end up having to fight or that wants to fight you. Remember, see, Jermell tried to take the high road because he probably remembers all those sparring sessions they had, and he probably don't want to fight EJ. But EJ been wanting to fight him. That's why EJ kept, when they was asking it, EJ said, I'll fight him if the money's right. Jermell was trying to take the high road, didn't want to fight him. But at the end of the day, man, you guys are professional prize fighters. You guys are prize fighters, man. Ain't no friends in this fight game. Ain't no friends, man. Ain't no friends in this fight game. There's only friends, right? I'm going to tell you something. In the fight game, if you a featherweight and I'm a heavyweight, I'm going to say that once again, man, so y'all can catch that. Ain't no friends in this fight game. There's friends if you a featherweight and I'm a heavyweight. But as a featherweight and you a heavyweight, I know we will never, ever fight. Size difference is too much. But if you are a middleweight, because Roy Jones done proved this. Roy Jones went from being a middleweight to a heavyweight. There's the possibility we could fight. And so ain't no friends, man. Ain't no friends in this, bro. If guys is around your weight division, in or out, there's no friends because y'all could possibly fight, man. And if you are friends, right, you gotta think about like what Mike Tyson said. If you really my friend, don't you want me to eat? So why not eat together? We gotta fight. We in the hurt business. We gotta fight. If you're my friend, right? Because your friend wants you to eat, right? Your friend wants you to build. Your friend wants you to get right. So if you're my friend, we gotta fight. Is that a fair assessment? Is that a fair assessment? But yes, Charlo sees what's coming, man. That's why, but Charlo is smart. Charlo is getting that great work from Juan Guzman. And I ain't gonna hold you, right? Now they're gonna say I'm starting some shit up, right? I think after Bud Crawford, and I quote my man Joe Dini, right? I think after Bud Crawford breaks Earl Spencer's ass up, maybe once or twice, depending if he wants to come back around and get another. Because from the shit that I see you learning with my man Juan Guzman, right? And I say this respectfully, right? I'm not saying this because Juan is my guy, but the shit that I see Juan Guzman teaching you, you're not as stiff, brother. You're looking a little more agile, mobile, hostile, like Wilder would say, right? You ain't robotic no more. Because if you follow my man Juan Guzman was a former world champion that had to move, baby. You gotta have to move, right? Juan is teaching you to move right now. You don't look as robotic and stiff. I seen that in you against Castano, right? But my man ain't get the credit. They get credit to the other guy, right? But I see how you bounce back against Castano in the rematch. You had a little bit of it in you. Now I see a lot more of it in you. I think you could break a Spence up, brother. Real talk. You know, if you don't let Canelo go out there and break you all the way the fuck up, you know, when you do have to come back and defend your crown at 154, you might could break Spencer's ass up, man. Because I got a video out right now. It got 250,000 right now. It's at 250,000, 250 strong, right? Where I said it. I said that AJ Jr., aka EJ Jr., the robotic stiff fish. That boy is stiff, man. I think you could do something with him, Charlo. Charlo, I think you could do something with him. And you know, I ain't even the biggest Lion supporter, but I think you could do something with him, Charlo. You know, I think you could do something with him. He said Crawford has never broken one fighter in his fights, never punished anyone
even the lower class, and got dropped. Spence by knockout in 5 rounds. Mike, thank you for your comment and your opinion. But I beg to differ there, brother. I might have to call my guy Hank Lundy up. I was at that fight at the Hula Theater. I watched Terrence Crawford punish that man. I watched Terrence Crawford beat that man down until the referee, Mr. Make Faces, the comedian. He's a comedian by trade also. Steve Willis stepped in. So I beg to differ, Mike. But thank you for your comment, Mike. I beg to differ. I witnessed Terrence Crawford beat down Hank Lundy. Hank Lundy came out the gate and jumped on him. The hand speed was giving Bud problems in the beginning. But like Bud Crawford, the fighter that he is, he made those adjustments. He figured them out. And then he beat the shit out of him. And then, sticking with the Hula Theater, I watched Bud Crawford do it again to a Dominican Olympian. The name slips my mind right now. But Bud Crawford beat this man into submission. So, Mike, I beg to differ, good brother, but thank you for your comment. Bud Crawford figures guys out and then starts putting those gorilla claws on them. He starts putting those gorilla claws on them. He starts to put those gorilla claws on them. And yo, Bud, man, I know you listening to the songs because I'm cool with a lot of your peoples, man. I see you in these interviews highlighting your gorilla claws now. And you know I was the one on record giving that up to you because that's the first thing I noticed on you. When I sized you up, I said, God damn, this nigga got some big ass hands. He's on his Joe D. He can crush a skull. Yes, Diaz, thank you. Thank you, T. That's why I told you are a original Source Talk member. You get the executive producer credit. I was at that fight as well. Bud Crawford beat that man down, the Dominican. Beat him down, man. And I was in the corner. And they stopped that fight. Do y'all remember that fight now? See? I'm showing the Source receipts. His corner, they had to throw in the towel because Bud was beating that man into submission. That man was a decorated Olympian, hell of a fighter. That Bud just beat the shit out of him. I said, yo, this nigga is dangerous. And around this time, right, I still think I was Team Spence. Well, I was never really Team Spence, but they told you that. But I thought I was Team Spence. I was cool with his uncle, and I was scouting this man. And I was telling these people, yo, this guy right here is going to be a problem. He is going to be a problem one day. This man not only makes adjustments, he calculates his opponents, and like an apex predator, he attacks and breaks them down. And that's what we are going to witness Saturday night. And I am on record to stating this. And after watching Spence still trying to prepare to get his body to the weight, I just don't see it turning out good for him. Adding into the fact that his coach, who I am no fan of, and I want to put that on record, is not the sharpest knife in the kitchen when it comes to making adjustments. He's going to come back to the corner. If Earl has a round that isn't an Earl round, and his coach is going to say to him, what the fuck are you doing? No, tell him what the fuck to do. No, tell him what to do. Don't say, what the fuck are you doing? What do you see that he's doing that he needs to make the adjustments? But knowing that guy, what he is going to do, right? Now that he has a bigger stable of fighters, to the corner after a troubled round against Bud, he's going to get into the corner, and Derek is going to say, do the Jamel! And he's going to go out there, and the Jamel's not going to work. He's gonna come back the next round, and Derrick's gonna say, "What the fuck are you doing? Do the Anthony Joshua." That's not gonna work. He's gonna come back to the corner. He's gonna say, "Fucking do the ghost, do the Frank Martin." Yo, Derrick is not gonna have a game plan, man. And when things start going a little haywire for Earl, it's gonna show, man. Respectfully, it's gonna show, man. That brother shot in for all of his awards. Trainer of the Year, the Eddie Futch recipient. He doesn't watch film. He said this. Don't get mad at me for saying this. He doesn't watch boxing. So if you don't watch boxing, and Terrence starts, because Terrence, one thing about Terrence, right? I'm saying this in my gym, and shout out to WCS, that's been around there. We say next gear, switch gears. When Terrence starts to switch gears, if you don't watch boxing and you don't know about boxing, right? When a fighter starts to switch gears, how are you going to tell your fighter to make the adjustments if you don't know what he's doing? And you don't know what the man is doing because you don't watch him. You don't watch him. So once he starts switching gears, and you're on record to saying this, you don't watch boxing, how are you going to tell your fighter to make the adjustment? But in all due respect, a lot of your fighters, and shout out to the content creators that have been on record to saying this, they don't listen to you anyway. They don't. Yeah, respectfully, they don't listen to you anyway. So they're trying to make their own adjustments. They will. Because remember when Mel was fighting, I believe it was Tony Harrison. He wasn't listening to you. He wasn't, man. At the Barclays Center. And I say this with all due respect. Mel looked at you like you was dumb. Mel gave you the look like, yo, nigga, what are you talking about? I already can't understand you sometimes, mumble. You mumble too much. But what the fuck are you talking about? You know? What are you talking about, man? That's how he looked at you. He looked at you like, yo, bro, what are you talking about, man? You know, you told him to do the EJ that night, man. Instead of telling him, like, yo, man, you got to take this man's jab from him. This man is just jabbing the shit out of you. But you didn't even tell him that, right? Because you probably didn't know at the time, right? Because you was just so, you didn't know what was going on. You was just, the bright lights was too much for you. When you should have told the man to work his own jab. But Tony Harrison beat him that night with a jab. And the second time around, Tony Harrison would have did the same thing. But Tony Harrison is like Earl. He loses focus. Not only does he lose focus, he runs out of gas. And one thing about Charlo, I can honestly give him the credit for, Charlo has a gas tank. He is a lion. I'll give him that. He's a wild lion. And he got wild in that fight against Super Bad the second go around, and he landed something big. And he got Super Bad up out of there, man. But if Super Bad would have been, you know, that's Super Bad's Achilles heel, his kryptonite. He runs out of gas, man. And he constantly has brain farts. But if he would have been on point again, we might have never seen Charlo as the undisputed champion, man. Real talk. Shout out to the 5 of y'all in here. Hopefully I got 5 likes. Man, look, if I tell y'all I'm almost done with this area, right? I'm about to go dumb, man. I gotta stretch the day out, man. I gotta stretch the day out, man. I told you I'm in a map area that we just did maybe like last week. And this is not a Sycamore area. Yes, 3 days out, Carlos. 3 days out from the fish fry. I put in a special order. I had my man Bernie the Boxer up. I said, man, I don't want no flounders or no fillets. I said, get a couple pounds of some red snappers. Cause we all island men over here. We love our red snappers. I said, give me some red snappers. I love the red snappers with the onions and the peppers. Leave the heads on them. We keep the heads on our fish. Leave the head on the fish. Because I know Bud was talking about gutting it and doing all that other shit. Nah, leave the head on it. Because after we finish the bones and all of that, we might mount them. We might mount old Moby Dick. Remember that was his name. Everybody wanted Moby Dick. You remember that video? My interview that he did when he became Moby? He became Moby Dick on my platform. He said, everybody wanted Moby Dick. Everybody wanted Moby Dick. I got Bob Aaron jumping in the ring. Everybody wants the big fish. They're going to get the big fish come Saturday night. They're going to get the big fish, man. Hopefully the big fish makes it to the scales, man. Know what I mean? And yo, listen, somebody told me this. A little digress real quick. Yo, Keith Thurman just popped out, man. Yo, how does Keith Thurman look, yo? Somebody sent me a video of Keith Thurman, man. Yo, did Keith Thurman look like he was on weight? Yo, how did Keith Thurman look, y'all? Yo, Keith Thurman just did a video. He was bigging up Monster New. Yo, did Keith Thurman look like he's ready to jump on the scales? Real talk, man. I ain't trying to really start no shit up, right? Yo, did Keith look like he was ready to just jump on the scales himself? He looked at like drained out, man. Does Keith have a fight coming up, man? Does Keith have a fight coming up? I seen other content creators saying, speculating that maybe Keith would step in. Keith looked at weight drain, man. I was like, damn, is Keith got a fight? What is Keith doing, man? Keith jumped right out there, bigging up Monster Nui, and he was like, I was like, man, Keith looking thin as hell, man. Keith looked like Keith was looking like he needed some protein, man, a nutriment or something, man. What y'all think about that, man? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see Keith out there? That's a nice house right there, man. That house look like it belongs in Miami. Cameo Keith, word. You see how Keith popped out there, man. Keith jumped right out there. I said next time he's in Japan, he's gonna go big up Monster New. He's gonna go to his gym. Monster's a monster, bro. You can't even front on that man. Monster gets busy. That's Monster Nui, man. Cameo Keith, man. I always wanted to see Keith Thurman and Earl Spence fight, man. They got a lot of common victories, bro. And I was always one on record for saying that, Earl Spence probably would have got him because of the body attacks. But I just think Keith Thurman's style, the bicycle, boxing, he would have gave Earl Spence problems, man. He would have gave him problems, man. Styles make fights, man. See, a lot of you boxing fans, right? You guys are just fans, man. So you don't really break shit down, man. You just see shit one way. You're like, man, Earl would have did this. Like, no, Earl has to do that. Is that fighter going to let him do that, right? You know what I'm saying? Earl would have did that. You go with these chats, these niggas say the same thing that they get programmed to say. Man, Earl would have took his arm. No, he has to do that, man. Do you think every fighter just lets niggas beat them up? Or every fighter's not Ugas, man. Every fighter's not Danny Garcia. They're not going in there allowing their opponent to do this. They're not doing that, man. That's what some of you Some of you great debaters don't run, you know? You great debaters don't understand that, man. But come Saturday night, you're gonna find that out, man. And I quote Terrence Crawford. He's gonna have to show exact code. You gotta show me. Word. You gotta show me. You can say you're gonna do all the shit that you're gonna do, but you're gonna show me. That's why I say, show me your worth. A lot of you niggas can't show nothing. You can just say, no, show me. You gotta show me, nigga. Show me. So when I used to hear these dudes always talk about Thurman, it's like, no, that would have been a tough fight for EJ. But I witnessed Keith Thurman get hurt from a body shot and not go down. Still be able to keep his bearings and move around. Slick boxer like he is. Against Josecito Lopez. Now I mean that now the average fighter might have lost the fight. Because Keith was hurt, man. Not only did not Keith not lose that fight, not even get dropped in that round, he finished that round and then went on to finish the fight strong. So shout out to One Time, man. One Time can fight, bro. Don't sleep on One Time. One Time, I think One Time defeated the homie in the amateurs. And he was like, he was one of the baddest men in the amateurs. Demetrius Andrade. Yeah, look it up, man. Demetrius Andrade was running through everything in the amateurs. Not One Time Keith Thurman, though. Not One Time Keith Thurman. See, there was a reason why Keith Thurman was Earl Spence before Earl Spence, before the injuries and all that shit. One Time was a bad dude, bro. Still is, man. But I would have had loved to see him and Earl forward, man. But Earl being Earl, holding grudges, you know what I'm saying? He said, I think Keith Dunn, he may be a great commentator. I don't know, yo, his last fight, man. Listen, his last fight was Mario Barrios, man. You know? Prior to that, he only has one loss, man. To Manny Pacquiao. I don't think he's done. I just think, right, like, they don't have, see, a lot of these guys, they was making 7 figures, man. You know, and when you giving guys like Canelo Alvarez 100 million, and now Bud and EJ getting 8 figures as well, a lot of these guys are accustomed to making certain type of money, right? So the offers, and this is what I'm hearing allegedly, I gotta say, the offers that they are being given to fight, they're not taking because they're not getting that 7 figures, you know? So a lot of times when you see these fighters being inactive, it's because they got accustomed to making a certain type of money, and when they're getting these offers for these fights, it's not that same type of money no more. But I still think Keith could move and groove, man. You know? Because remember, Keith Thurman always wanted a mega 8-figure payday, man. From back in the day, remember, he wanted to fight Earl Spence way back in the day. What did he tell Floyd Mayweather? Give me $10 million. Give me $10 million. See, Keith Thurman, that's one thing I respect about him. They always talk about fighters that ask for what they feel they're worth. What do we say? You see it, and I put myself in that. Because we're blogging right now. We're talking boxing. What do we always say when fighters ask for money that we as the bloggers, the spectators, the fans say, oh, you pricing yourself out. That man was never pricing himself out. That's what that man felt like he was worth. That's what that man felt like he was worth. And one thing I got to give Keith credit for, he always stood on that. He never got off of that, right? He always talked that about fighting Earl Spence when the money was right. He always wanted big money. So I can't be mad at Keith, bro. I can't be mad at Keith. I knowing his worth and knowing his value, bro. And I quote the great Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather said this, yo, I can't tell you what you're worth. You know, I can't tell you what you're worth. Only you can tell me what you're worth. Man, salute to everybody after here vibing with me. Big Blunt, Stop I Say. My man WCS, Cape Man P, Carlos, NYT. You know, I'm just sitting here moving and grooving, doing what I do on the daily, you know. Talking a little bit of boxing with y'all, just share my thoughts and my opinions. Man, definitely go support my Jihad Tucker, Team Tucker video I put out, man. Yo, hit him up, you know. Let Jihad know you still rocking with him. See, I can tell him for y'all, but it's better when it comes from y'all. You know what I'm saying? Last night I should have recorded. Marley was looking good. You know, I stopped in the gym last night after the Barbie movie, and I witnessed some hella sparring. You know, I always get to see some good sparring happen. Man, Marley put the beat down on Armani. That's why Armani is winning now, right? But see, iron sharpens iron. I watched Marley put the beats on Armani. But see, one thing about when you spar the best fighters, that's what Marley is. Marley is the best fighter in the nation. It is a proven commodity. He is ranked number 1. He is the 3-time defending national champion. So when that is your stablemate, right? And that is the guy that you are sparring, right? That's the guy that you're sparring. That's the guy you're getting work from. You are getting work from $1 Million Marley, Jamali Tucker. So when you go and face, like they got a club show, we got a club show coming up Saturday in Connecticut. And I always tell this to Amari. I be like, yo, when you go out there and you fight these guys and you be freezing up, I be mad as hell at you because I be like, yo, how you freezing up, right? And every week you're sparring arguably the best kid in the nation. You don't freeze up against him. Why are you freezing up against these dudes? That's the mentality you have to have. When you go out there and if you compete against the best day in and day out, right? If you are competing against the best, somebody that is considered the best in the nation at their weight class, that's the mind state that you have to have. You got to go out there like, yo, I fight the number 1 guy 2 to 3 times a week, rounds with this guy. Now I'm going to a club show, wherever it's at, Connecticut, New Jersey, wherever. And whoever you face, they are not the number 1 fighter in the nation. So when you have that mind state like, yo, I'm getting work with the number 1 fighter in the nation, I'm about to dog walk this dude. That's why we was nuts to him on Sunday. When he was fighting in Jersey, it was like, yo, step on him. Step on this kid, man. Because when you in the gym fighting and sparring with Marley, you in there trying to step on Marley. So try to step on this dude. And Armani got Eddie for the 16-year-old. That was, I think the kid was like 126. He was a little bigger than Armani. And Armani did his thing. Yes, sir. I'm headed to the yard to go dump right now. Then I'm gonna swing over to my spot, man. Yeah, should I do a food review? I'm over here at my spot, man. But I bought in some grub from the crib, man. I got some grub from my crib, man. You know what I mean? We had the I made some. I should have did a food review on my food with my kids last night, man. I made the pasta with the Alfredo sauce, with the turkey meatballs, man. We did the turkey meatballs last night. That shit was banging. It was banging. How my man saying on the food review? It was bussin'. My man down there in Miami, he'd be like, it was bussin'. That shit was bussin' though, man. See this, the Seymour's beverage got me amped right now. Sea moss will do that to you, man. You put that sea moss in your system in the morning, and your energy levels be through the roof, man. Be through the roof, man. Y'all think I got the kite, man? Yeah, they set the kite, man. I told Specs, man, I can't ship them no sea moss, man. Know what I mean? The prices is up, man. Know what I mean? The prices is up, Specs. Yeah, you violated, homie. You know, you can't get that price, man. Yeah, you violated, homie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you can't get the guard medicine, man. I'm sorry. You got to do this on your own. You know, you out here trying to send kites and stuff for the guard's medicine. Nah, brother, the prices is up, man. Yeah, and one thing about me, right? Yeah, when you violate, I demonstrate. You know what I'm saying? You violate, I demonstrate. You can't get none of the God's medicine. Nah, man, and I know you need it right now. You can't get the God's medicine. Nah, brother, you violated, man. You know, listen, over here, it's protocols. It's protocols and codes, brother. You know, you don't violate, brother. When you violate, we demonstrate, man. Walk the plank, my guy. You walking the plank now, man. Should be alright. Word. Yeah, you be alright. Yeah. How Rico told A Boogie. He said, yo, you alright, right? You tough, right? Yo, you tough, right? You be alright. Yeah, you can't get the guard sea moss, man. You tough, right? You be alright. It be alright. Yeah, Tito, they want that. Yeah, they want that sea moss. Now you tough. You be alright. You be alright, man. You know, you be alright. You be alright, yard man. You tough, right? He said, yo, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? If you get beat up, man, you know me, I get that tough love over here, right? I might put out a lot of videos fronting on you, clowning on you, but I'm gonna say this to you, man. Yo, niggas get beat up every day, B. At least you got 8 figures. You be alright. Yeah, let's say that one more time for you, man. A Saturday night, man, it might not go your way, brother. But you know me, man. I always gave tough love. So I'm going to give you that tough love again. I'm going to just tell you in advance, man. Yo, niggas get beat up every day for free. Yeah, you got 8 figures. You tough. You be all right, right? Yeah, T, tell him. Yeah, tell him. Yo, niggas get beat up for free every day, B. You got 8 figures. You be all right. You tough, right? You about to get your ass whooped, nigga. You get your ass whooped Saturday night, man. But yo, you be all right, man. Yo, you be all right, man. You about to get 8 figures, fam. You be all right, man. Niggas get beat up for free every day, B. You be all right. You be all right, man. Can't get this sea moss, man. Word. You can't get this sea moss no more, brother. You violated, man. Word, you violated. Yeah, they know about it now, T. Yeah, T, they know about the 92 minerals now, man. They want that yaga. They want it now. Know what I mean? Listen, yeah, you violated, man. Can't get that, man. Yeah. He been wanted the magic. Word is born. Yeah, he wanted the magic back. See, yeah, remember when he jumped on Twitter, right? Yeah, he was been sending out kites. Yeah, remember he jumped on Twitter. Yeah, when Jahar went out there and was the hot stepper in Newark. He said, "I see you, Tucker." Yeah, he was like, "I see you, Tucker." Yeah, he been trying to reach out, man. Nah, bro, we don't play that, man. Yeah, we don't play that. Yeah, we don't play that, man. Yeah, you violate, we demonstrate, man. You heard? You violate, yeah, we demonstrate. He said, "I see you, Tucker." Word. Yeah. He see Jahaz swimming and not getting wet. Yeah, he see Jahaz swimming and not getting wet. Word. But yeah, he be alright, man. Listen, man. Niggas get beat up for free every day, B. You about to get 8 figures, my nigga. You be alright. You be alright, man. You about to get 8 figures for that ass whooping, my nigga. Just take that, man. You gotta take that, man. That's part of your deal, bro. Know what I mean? That's part of your deal, man. You just gotta take that, my guy. Know what I mean? You know how many people wish they was in your position? Real talk. You know how many people wish they was in your position to get beat up for 8 figures? You know how many niggas that night? Listen, real talk. My joint about to die. Listen, I'm gonna close on this, right? I want y'all to catch this source, right? And listen to what I'm saying, man. Saturday night, it's gonna be a whole bunch of people that go to that fight. They're gonna get intoxicated. They're gonna get beside themselves. They're gonna watch their favorite fighter fall, and then they're gonna get their ass whooped, right? But regardless of the outcome between Crawford and Spence, they are getting 8 figures. Their teams everybody is going to go home with money. A lot of those fans that's going out there, Miguel. Oh man, beautiful. Thank you. A lot of fans, right? That was my man congratulating me. A lot of fans, though, that's gonna go out there. They're gonna get their ass whooped for free. They're gonna get on that flight Sunday morning, or maybe they stay in for a couple extra days. They're gonna get on their flight with an eye jammy, a busted lip, and go back wherever they going back to with an ass whooping for nothing. At least Spence and Crawford and their teams are collecting 8 figures. Hopefully you caught and enjoyed this sauce. Zaga! Yaga! Aha! Yes, and reach out. If y'all need to see more, look at my man. Gorilla Gloves right there. That's Gorilla Gloves. He gonna whoop your ass Saturday night, Spence. Spence, you about to get your ass whooped Saturday night. Yo, how homegirl saying, and what's the name? And Poetic Justice, right? I'm gonna say like how homegirl said in Poetic Justice. Yo, you still gonna get fucked up. You still gonna get your ass whooped. You getting your ass whooped, Spence, Saturday night. Saturday night, you getting your ass whooped, Spence. Look, you still gonna get your ass whooped Saturday night, but you be all right. You be all right, Spence. You getting your ass whooped Saturday night. You be all right. You be all right. Listen, and for those of y'all that feeling some type of way about what I am saying, run up, run up.
You can beat me, man. I'm a real one. I'm here. I'm waiting. I've been beaten in the amateurs. I've taken L's before. We haven't taken L's in years, bro. Because we perfected the game, you know. And when we're in the ring, we're not just fighting and you know, just beating people up. We're outclassing them. We're finessing them. You know what I mean? As my trainer said in Bed Denny, smart fighters win, dumb fighters lose. He never said strong fighters win, weak fighters lose, fast fighters win, slow fighters lose, smart fighters win, dumb fighters lose, okay? I fought a smarter fight against Danny Garcia, won that. I fought a smarter fight.
Like, like, subscribe, and hit that bell.